Good evening and welcome to the Vigo County School Corporation 2022 commencement exercises for Terre, Haute South Vigo High School. For your convenience, restrooms are located in the concourse area. If you need assistance during the ceremony, ushers and security staff are on duty. At this time, it would be appreciated if everyone would turn their cell phone to the silent mode. On behalf of all of our seniors, the members of the Board of School Trustees, Superintendent Hayworth, and all of the members of our school staff, we are excited for this opportunity to honor our students. Our expectations are that each student will be held in high esteem and honored and respected for all they have accomplished during their entire school career. As the seniors are introduced, we ask that those in the audience show positive support, remembering that each student is a son or daughter, brother or sister, or friend of others in the audience. We trust that everyone will enjoy this commencement ceremony. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Superintendent Robert Hayworth and Principal Dr. Tammy Rochendell, welcome to the Holman Center for today's graduation ceremony. Before we honor our graduates, please direct your attention to the stage for the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good job.
Good evening. I am Mayor Hayworth, Terre Haute South's 2022 Student Council President. As Matt said, on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Robert Hayworth and Principal Dr. Tammy Rochendale, I would like to welcome you to the 50th commencement ceremony for the Terre Haute South class of 2022. Classmates, family, friends, staff, and school board members. My grandfather, James Babcock, was a high school principal for 27 years. Over his career, he developed one catch-all piece of advice that has stuck with me. Always know who you're with and where you're at. I have never needed to worry about either of those things in my 4-year relationship with Terre Haute South High School. Although only being present for 4 of its illustrious 50-year career, I truly feel as though the class of 2022 carries the baton with a fervor unparalleled. So as we begin our ceremony, I would like to contribute another quote from a relative of mine, this time coming from my father, who accompanies us on this stage this evening. Don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want right now. So as we step out this evening of the beautiful Holman Center class of 22, remember those words and let them guide you on your future endeavors. I will now hand the podium off to our wonderful and effervescent principal, Dr. Tammy Rochendale.
It is an honor to be here this afternoon to recognize the Terre Haute South class of 2022. I want to thank the parents, guardians, and family members with us today as their ongoing support has led to today's ultimate achievement. Thank you to our School Board of Trustees for their ongoing support and dedication to the students of Vigo County. President Stacy Killian, Vice President Amy Lohr, Secretary Jackie Lauer, Mr. Joseph Irwin, Mrs. Susan Powers, Ms. Rosemary Scott, and Mrs. Joni Wise. Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Hayworth, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Goler, and Director of Secondary Education Dr. Stacy Mason, for your ongoing leadership and dedication to the staff and students of Vigo County. And to the teachers of Terre Haute South Vigo High School, you are top-notch and the best of the best. Your commitment and dedication to our students is inspiring. Without your devotion to our students and your fidelity to a rigorous curriculum, our students would not achieve such great accomplishments. A few of those accomplishments are the results we receive in academic competitions. We have fabulous academic coaches at Terre Haute South that put in a tremendous amount of time to prepare our students for regional, state, and national competitions. Just to mention a few of our accomplishments. Our academic Super Bowl science team scored 2nd at regionals. Science Bowl took 3rd in the state. Our Science Olympiad team placed 1st at regionals. Terre Haute South's Envirothon team took 1st at regionals and competed at the state finals. Terre Haute South's team's engineering team took 2nd place in the essay and multiple choice test at state. Our academic Spell Bowl team qualified for the state finals for the 19th consecutive year and won the state championship for the 3rd time this past November. 14 students were recognized by the Greater Terre Haute NAACP for their diligence and excellent writing in the Equal Justice Initiative Essay Contest this past March. 9 students won $500 to $2,500 for their quality writing. Terre Haute South competed in the 55th Annual Rose-Harmon Math Contest. 13 private and public schools participated, and there were 180 students competing, and 26 of those students were from Terre Haute South. Our freshman team placed 2nd, sophomore and junior teams finished 3rd, and Terre Haute South finished 2nd place overall behind Carmel High School. We also had great achievements in the area of foreign language. 4 students placed in the intermediate Certamen finals at state convention. Cale Williams earned a gold medal on the National Latin exam. 2 students also earned medals on the National Classical Etymology exam. DECA students performed exceptionally well this year. We had 60 students who participated in district DECA competition and 35 medal winners. We had 49 students who participated at the state level, and 15 students were eligible to advance to international competition. International DECA students traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, where 2 of our students, Micah Huckabee and Landry Flack, placed 8th in the world. Our very own Otto Parvaz was an Indiana Academic All-Star nominee. Terre Haute South Braves also excel in the area of athletics. A few of our athletic accomplishments this year included the boys and girls cross-country teams advanced to semi-state, and Matt Gamble went to state competition. The girls golf team took 3rd place in sectionals, and the boys team goes to sectionals on Monday. The volleyball team were conference champions, and senior Courtney Jones was an Indiana All-Star. Boys soccer won the Cup Trophy. The boys tennis team were sectional champions. Girls tennis won sectionals, regionals, and sent Sarah Rowe to the state tournament. Girls swimming won the Trident Trophy, and they sent Haley Sackman to state. And divers Ava Rose and Grace Foltz went to regionals. Boys swimming won the Anchor Trophy and sent Ike Holtz to the diving regionals. The wrestling team won a sectional title and sent Nate Lomack and Alex Rose to state. The baseball team won the glove trophy. The softball team finished with a winning record and 4th in the conference. Our bass fishing team sent 2 fishermen to the state tournament. Our unified track team represented us well, as they always do, and displayed enthusiasm and sportsmanship that is unparalleled. Our boys track team won a sectional title and sent 1 relay to state. Stephen Markle, Jonathan Rich, Carter Ellis, and Eric Hayworth, who took home a personal best for Terre Haute South. The girls track team won a sectional title and sent 1 relay to state. Grace Kravich, Kylie McGurk, Shalane Blakey, and Courtney Jones. These girls were All-State and broke the school record. Courtney Jones additionally made All-State in the 100-meter and was the state runner-up in long jump and broke the school record. And finally, in the world of athletics, we are so proud to be the home of a McMillan Award winner, Miss Courtney Jones, and a first ever for Terre Haute South, a Cato Memorial Scholarship Award winner, Mr. Mackay Moore. Terre Haute South Braves excel in the arts as well. In the music department, great achievements were made by our students. At the ISMA Solo and Ensemble Contest, we earned gold stars in madrigals and large ensemble. For ISMA State Solo and Ensemble, we earned a perfect score in madrigal and a gold score in large ensemble. We were ISMA Jazz State qualifiers, and Luke Aguilar earned his place on the All-Star Honor Choir as a 4th-year member. Winter Guard was a 10-time state finalist in IHSCGA. And in the art department, we had 7 students with artwork accepted into the Swope Art Museum's 55th annual Student Art Exhibition. We also had a senior, Ainsley Duchesne, who was awarded the School of the Art Institute of Chicago Merit Scholarship. And artist Ren McCormick designed the front and back covers of this year's Senior Awards program. Numerous certifications and opportunities come out of our CTE department. In the area of health careers, 12 students earned their CNA certifications, 5 students earned EMS certification, and 3 students were in the top 10 at the HOSA State Leadership Conference. In the CTE department, we had great victories in robotics. We had 2 teams compete in the autonomous vehicles competition, with 1 team placing 1st overall and a 2nd team placed 3rd overall. We had 41 students earn their OSHA 10 safety industry certifications, and we had 29 students earn their MSSC safety industry certifications. Within the machining pathway, 13 students earned their industry certification for NIMS. Within our agriculture pathway, our livestock judging team were state qualifiers. Kel Williams became our first District 7 officer. We placed in soil judging, and we had a student place 3rd out of 45 in livestock skillathon, and we placed in the welding competition. The Terre Haute South Super Mileage Car Team placed 2nd in the prototype category in the Shell Eco Marathon competition. This consisted of teams from all over North America, and 75% of the teams are college teams. So this is a fabulous accomplishment and a long-standing, prideful tradition here at Terre Haute South. Our ROTC students shine in the area of community service and lead with a servant's heart. Their philanthropic calendar of events is packed full and quite impressive throughout the school year. We appreciate their service, dedication, and leadership. I have briefly summarized a tremendous amount of accomplishments, and this is just a snapshot of your senior year. You've had 4 years of successes, accomplishments, fun, and growth at Terre Haute South. No matter where your strengths or talents lie, you have shined at Terre Haute South and found your niche. May you continue to always capitalize on your strengths and talents and find your place in this world where you can make a positive, considerable impact. You've inspired me as your principal, and I hope you find a modicum of inspiration in my closing words today. In reflecting upon our last 4 years, I was trying to think of a word or theme that might sum up our experiences together. This past Thursday evening, I had the honor and privilege to attend the Cato Awards ceremony with Mackay Moore in Carmel. One of the themes for the night was resilience. The longer I thought about this word, the more I realized that it perfectly summed up your high school experience. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Resilience equates to toughness. Each and every one of you are tough, and you are strong. Doing a little research into what all it means to be resilient, I ran across some information that promoted 5 pillars of resilience. The first pillar of resilience is self-awareness. This encompasses the conscious knowledge of your own strengths and weaknesses that make up your personality. You have experienced numerous opportunities and challenges over the years that have helped you realize your abilities. Take this self-awareness and run with it and capitalize upon it. This includes knowing what motivates you and how you are perceived by others, because perception matters. The second pillar of resilience is mindfulness. This is your ability to be present, aware of where you are and what you are doing, and not being reactive or overwhelmed by your environment or your experiences. I hope we have helped you develop a skill set that allows you to regroup and tackle obstacles from another stance when things get tough. Remember, you are tough. And the third pillar is self-care. This pillar highlights the importance of maintaining and improving your health, and it takes intentional effort. Take care of yourself inside and out. If you take care of yourself, you can take care of others, and there will be nothing you can't accomplish. The fourth pillar of resilience is positive relationships. Positive relationships are those people in your life that support and care for you, and you do the same for them. You must surround yourself with people that build you up, not tear you down. I hope you have begun to figure out who those people are, and I hope that circle grows as you leave us and have enriching and fulfilling life experiences. And lastly, the fifth pillar is purpose. The sense of purpose allows us to recognize that we belong or serve something bigger than ourselves. You have a purpose, and as you embark upon your next journey, keep seeking that purpose. So Braves, I say resilience sums up what you displayed over the past 4 years. We had numerous experiences together that could have been overwhelming if you were not resilient, and continuing your education through a pandemic required the utmost in resilience. And guess what? You did it because you're tough. You have known stressful times and you've bounced back. I wish I could tell you that all the days ahead will be bright and full of sunshine, but you will have times of stress and strife along the way. Many of you during your high school years have suffered personal loss, tragedy, and despair. But digging deep, being tough, and being resilient will help you overcome obstacles and get through all of those tough times. You have your lives ahead of you, and I hope we have equipped you, along with your family supports, to be happy, healthy, productive humans that can make a positive, lasting impact in this world. This world needs you, and you can do it because you're tough. I challenge you always to be resilient, be classy, and be brave.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ava Rose, and I'm the senior class president. So Carissa Catherine Chow is the daughter of Dr. Timothy Chow and Miss Rita Chow, and the sister of Christopher Chow. Carissa is a 4-year varsity swimmer, with her senior year being a co-captain and a first-year track athlete. Carissa will be attending Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in the fall, majoring in chemical engineering on a pre-medical track and continuing her swimming career. Her most proud achievements include receiving the National Merit Scholarship Award, the Brave Heart Award for swimming, and taking 12 AP classes with straight A's and no A-minuses. Some of her hobbies include traveling, swimming, writing poetry, and playing chess. Carissa desires to become a radiation oncologist to help others who have been diagnosed with cancer.
Thank you, Ava Rose, for introducing me tonight. And good evening, class of 2022. I would like to start by speaking on behalf of my classmates, peers, and friends to say thank you to all of the parents, guardians, siblings, friends, teachers, mentors, coaches, and everyone who has helped us get to where we are today. Let's give them a hand. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today, or who we are today. You have impacted our lives in the most positive way, helping us during the easy and more difficult times. Thank you. I wrote a poem that parallels my, and probably most of you graduating seniors' sentiments, and will share it now with you. I fittingly named it, I Won't Miss School Anymore. I won't miss school anymore. The flickering lights, the broken air conditioning on site, the difficult days that brought on stressing nights. From unearthly chilled temperatures to sweltering oven-like ones, I'm sure that I won't miss school anymore. The doors that get stuck. One time, I was out of luck and pulled the doorknob, well, right off the door. Oh, shucks. I'm not that smart, as you could probably tell. But once a doorknob falls off, I straight up take the L. I definitely won't miss this school anymore. The full bathroom stalls, the crowded W hall, the reeking scent of sweaty armpits that immediately befalls. Honest to goodness, I'm scarred for life after going through these trials, toils, and strife. I won't miss our school anymore. The place itself, I can't help myself from not missing out on these things, but to treasure what the memory brings. I won't miss the physical school anymore, but what happened in it is a fundamental part of the Terre, Haute, South Brave Corps. The hilarious memories, sights, and laughs, the sad cries from Mr. Stevens' hard maths. Oh, I think I have a tear or two. My bad. The sound of the thundering leaf footsteps chasing the finish line in sight. The sound of a pencil working in class under fluorescent light. The greetings we hear as we enter foreign language class. The slow advancement of the clock's numbers that pass. The scramble to finish homework assignments in SRT. The frenzy to rush to the lockers, leave school, and like Dobby, be free. The rush to finish lunch while talking with friends, the struggle to find a way to meet opposite ends. The help I've received from teachers and classmates alike, the Jolly Ranchers I've earned from winning Cahoots, all strikes. The sound of scrambling paws of Lulu and Sophie, well, we know it's mostly Sophie. The phrase that there are no solutions, only trade-offs, I'd agree. The kind, encouraging words of mentors, coaches, and family have all built me into who I am today, happily, as someone who won't miss school anymore. Like the speaker in the poem declares repeatedly, I won't miss the school itself anymore, but I'll miss the people and the memories that we've made together. These memories that we share builds us up into the incredible young adults we are today. Reminiscing about the past reminds us about the future yet to come and the uncertainty that it brings. But thank goodness we can find comfort and motivation from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as he once said, it's about drive, It's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. The future is waiting for our taking, class of 2022. Are you ready to go get it? Let's go get it.
Thank you, Carissa. Our second salutatorian tonight is Grace Foltz. Grace is the daughter of Tracy and Shannon Foltz. She was a member of the varsity diving team for all 4 years of high school and maintained exceptional honor roll for all these years as well. She is a member of National Honor Society and the Wabash Valley Youth Grant Committee. Participation in both these groups have allowed for Grace to spend her time volunteering in the community. Her proudest accomplishments while in high school include being awarded the Student Council Award for diving and achieving the honor of being able to speak to you all today. Grace will attend Purdue University in the fall to study environmental engineering. After college, Grace wants to obtain her master's degree and work towards making the world a better place.
Hi, everyone. It's an honor to be able to stand up here today and speak to all of you. Over the past couple of weeks, it has been hard for me to grasp the concept of my high school career ending. These past 4 years have been the most challenging yet amazing years of my life. I can stand up here and say with absolute certainty that in the future, I will look back on these memories fondly and with a smile on my face. When talking to my parents about high school, I distinctly remember them telling me how fast the years flew by. I also distinctly remember thinking to myself, yeah, right. I can tell you I was most definitely wrong. It amazes me that 4 years ago, I was an incoming freshman having to deal with W. Hawley's crowded passing periods for the first time. Now, I am standing up here and speaking to you all at our graduation. These years have been filled with difficulty and were full of challenges that no one foresaw, aka the virus will not be named. They were also filled with the most exciting memories that we will hold on to for the rest of our lives. Needless to say, these 4 years have been an absolute roller coaster. Sometimes the track was smooth, and other times it was on fire. Yet, we made it. It has been a pleasure being able to grow up with you all. Some I have known since elementary school, and others I have just become close with this year. The growth that we have experienced together is an amount that is immeasurable. The friendships that we have acquired over the course of these years are something that we can never recreate and will be taken with us into our future. If there's anything that I would like our class to take away from these 4 years, it's this. You decide how you want to spend your time. Spend it on what makes you happy. I would like to thank my family and friends for being the most supportive people anyone could ever ask for. I would also like to take the time to thank the staff of Terre, Haute, South, as you all have let us grow up, make mistakes, and share wins with you. The amount of patience you have shown us is far greater than I know I could withstand. Thank you. And as I quote Dr. Rochendale, once a brave, always a brave. Congratulations to the class of 2022, and welcome to our future.
Hello. I'll be introducing our third salutatorian. Ms. Ananya Gera is the daughter of Dr. Manish Gera and Dr. Pooja Sharma. Ananya was a member and co-captain of the Spell Bowl team, which won the state championship twice in her high school career. She was Stan's national social media coordinator and local chapter leader, Key Club treasurer, a National Honor Society officer, and a Candles Youth Board member. She has participated in English and Social Studies Super Bowl, Science Olympiad, teams, Together We Remember's Youth Action Network, Link Crew, and Pathfinders. Ananya will be attending the University of Michigan in the fall to major in biology, health, and society, and minor in medical anthropology on the pre-med track. Ladies and gentlemen, third salutatorian, Ananya Gera.
Thanks for that lovely introduction, Eric. Today marks a momentous change. In the story of our lives, it is the end of an old chapter and the beginning of a brand new one. Change is both exciting and terrifying, gratifying and saddening. These contrasting views on the same concept can be confusing, but they're a representation of the way life operates. Nothing is wholly good or wholly bad. Today can be excitement tinged with sadness, or it can be sadness tinged with excitement.
No matter the case, it is these contrasting perspectives existing at the same time that allow us to appreciate the reality of today. But before I turn the page and leave this period behind, I want to take a few moments to review what this previous chapter has taught me and what I hope to take away to the next phase of life. High school for me has been defined by two overarching emotions: the wish to be done with the monotony of it all, and the wish for things to remain exactly as they are and as they have been every weekday for the past 12 years. Yet again, contrasting emotions have made themselves present, and it is these contrasting opinions that have taught me a vital lesson: to appreciate every experience every day. Many times, it takes losing something to realize its value. The prospect of the past 12 years of collaboration with friends and teachers ending has forced many of us to reflect on the journeys we have faced to make it to this very moment. Living through a time defined by a pandemic has taught me to always appreciate each and every occasion. It is paramount to be present, to be willing to document the colors, the sounds, the smells of every experience. These instances are like Legos, and we have the ability to take these little bricks and build something beautiful out of them. We must cherish the good old days instead of rushing towards the future, and learn to breathe in the sights and sounds of the present. Equally important as developing internal perspectives are our external surroundings and how they shape us. Standing here today in front of you would not be possible without my amazing friends, families, and teachers. I want to take a moment to thank every person that has had an impact on my upbringing. It has been a privilege to earn an education from people who care wholeheartedly about my thoughts, ideas, and potentials. From my parents taking the time to explain to me different scientific concepts at the kitchen table, to my wonderful teachers who put up with the difficulties of Canvas so that we could have a somewhat normal learning experience, I am so incredibly grateful to every single person who has influenced the way I perceive the world. Everyone has had a push from someone in their lives, and it is essential to take a second and thank those people. As I make my way through life, I have to look back at the people who paved the road for me and the people who loved and cared for me unconditionally. Lastly, I want to underscore the importance of being grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity I was given today and for what the future has in store. Flipping the page to the next stage of life is not an easy task. Leaving the comfort of what we all know and love is extremely daunting. But we are lucky to be here on this beautiful day, together again one last time, to share a profound milestone that we will all look back on one day. I'm grateful for the 4 years I got to spend at Terre, Haute South, crafting relationships that will last a lifetime. Life will not always be easy, but that is the beauty of it. We cannot appreciate the good without the bad, and we cannot understand the gravity of something until we are about to leave it behind forever. So, be present always, be thankful always, and be grateful always. I'm so grateful I get to end this chapter with the people I love the most. Thank you for the most wonderful 4 years.
Thank you, Ananya, and good evening to you all. My name is Theron Strong, and I am the senior class treasurer. Adil Parvaz is the son of Shahzad Parvaz and Farsana Dalal. Adil is the president of Terre Haute South Key Club and a member in Science Olympiad. His hobbies include working at Subway and photography. Adil plans on continuing his education, attending the University of Michigan to study biomedical engineering. His greatest accomplishments include writing grants to aid children in CASA, a program that legally aids children in foster care, and his clean driving record. I rear-ended somebody last week. I'd like to start with a little game for the seniors. Simon says stand up. Wow, none of you did it. Oh, wait, are you doing it? All right, go ahead. Simon says stand up, yeah. All right, Simon says sit down. This speech has moved all of you. That wasn't planned. Dr. Rochendale was having a heart attack. Hello, everybody. Hello, faculty and staff. Hello, teachers. Hello, parents. Hello, distinguished guests. And hello, my peers. Ever since this country's creation, we have honored top academic performers by forcing them to stand on public trial and deliver lofty anecdotes that center around life, humanity, and the future. So here I stand, in a state of deep duress, mind you, recognizing that if I deviate from the script by even one article, I will quickly be evacuated from this stage and disappear forever. All that worrying reminds me, this old man, of the more carefree days of his youth. Believe it or not, I was a young man at one point in my life, and like all young men, I had dreams. I dreamed to sail. Long story short, I tried one summer and almost got ran over by a yacht before even learning how to steer forward. And while that seemed like a great failure, this rather unfortunate event would prepare me for high school, where I still felt like a small, listless sailboat among some rather large yachts. I desperately called to the winds of puberty, but they never arrived. But I would like to thank the people that helped me along the way. Thank you to the amazing staff and faculty at Terre, Haute South that managed to overcome each and every obstacle that was thrown their way during the last 4 years, including me. Thank you to Mrs. Contra for teaching me Spanish and the meaning of true fear. Walking into that classroom is like an episode of Scared Straight. But it worked. Gracias, Ms. Contra. Thank you to our diverse student body, full of future doctors like Nick Dahl, rappers like Ice Ice and Ja Ritz, I won't say their names, lawyers like Colin Lee, future engineers like Jacob Jackson, and of course, future citizens like Rishi Patel. Students like these push me to work harder. I am a better rapper because of Ja Ritz and Icy Ice. Thank you to the science department. Science department, you and I definitely have chemistry. A wise man named Lucas Utterback once told me that there are no solutions, only trade-offs. I took this logic to the math department and to Mr. Stevens, who said, there are always solutions, mostly one, sometimes two or more. So far, I am highly skeptical of this supposedly wise man's quote. But over time, I realized that while that statement failed in math and science and most practical applications, it had its merits in economics and in life. We give up the life we know now, this school, for new opportunities and adventures in the future. To the crew, the captain, and my fellow passengers, this wonderful sailboat that we call Terre, Haute South has reached port and is ready to depart. It might be leaving us behind, but we will cherish the time we spent in its narrow hallways. It is no longer the same boat that picked us up many years ago. In fact, we have a couple crew members leaving the ship. I would name them all, but this speech would be doubled in length. I would like to wish all of them the best in their retirement and in their futures. Ending things is always the hardest, but I encourage you all to venture onto the island of adulthood. I leave you with this quote: a sailboat that sails backwards can never see the sunrise.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Stabler, and I had the pleasure of serving as class secretary over the last 4 years, and I would like to introduce our next valedictorian, Rylan Schneider. Rylan Schneider is the son of Heather Schneider. He enjoys lifting weights, working, being outdoors, playing sports, a 2-year DECA student who participated in ICDC and SCDC and served on the Superintendent Leadership Committee. Rylan Schneider plans to attend Indiana University's Kelley School of Business to major in finance.
Thank you, Jonathan. I would like to begin with congratulating all of you for making it this far. For some of us, high school was a breeze with few ups and downs. For others, high school is a nightmare. One of the worst experiences we lived through. Either way, good or bad, we are wrapping up this chapter of our lives. What lies ahead is what makes this day so special. We started high school with the idea of making it this far. That means there's no reason to be upset and sad for making it. This calls for celebration and thank you to all of those who have helped us achieve this goal. I would like to take my moment here to do that and thank my mother first. She is the woman I love most in this world. She has shown me how to overcome tremendous downfalls. Thank you for being my biggest supporter in life. I am so grateful to be here sharing this experience with you today. I love you. Thank you to my two sisters, Carson and Caden. They are the support at home that pushed me to make it this far and earn this achievement today. Thank you guys for always being there for me, and I can't wait to share the excitement and support back whenever you guys need it. Thank you to my grandparents for being my #1 sports fans for all of my life. I am beyond grateful to have grandparents who support me so passionately through all my endeavors. Finally, thank you to my brother Dylan. Thanks to him, I have wild ambitions that many people just do not understand. He has done something few can do and has shown me hard work, dedication, and a little bit of luck will lead to huge success. Thanks to him, I have developed the mindset that I cannot settle for less because I will not be known as the brother who does not compare. He motivates me through a healthy form of competition. I love him, and I am excited for what the future looks like for us both. Thank you to everyone once again. I hope for us all to find our passions and succeed.
Our next valedictorian is Nevaeh Schaus. Nevaeh is the daughter of Pastor Arnick Schaus and Cherie Schaus. During high school, she was involved with the African American Cultural Club, Stand Club, Candles Museum Youth Board, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, the English Super Bowl team, and National Honor Society. She was heavily involved in the Medical Careers Program, serving as president of South Chapter of Health Occupations, Students of America. She is proud to have earned both a CNA and Emergency Medical Services credentials while in high school. She will be attending Indiana State University on the Presidential Scholarship to study pre-medicine with a minor in Spanish.
Thank you. Wow, there's a lot of you out there. Good evening to the staff and faculty of Terre, Haute, South Vigo High School. I thank you for the kindness you have shown me over the past 4 years and for rehearsing the importance of class and dignity in our hearts. Once a brave, always a brave. To my beautiful family here today, thank you. You've been my strength and my rock. I can't thank you enough for persevering with me. I thank God, who remains at the center of my life most importantly. And finally, to the class of 2022, thank you for prevailing with me, both on my path and your individual paths. We made it. Here's to you. I began writing this speech my freshman year after I received my first report card, but I rather quickly retired from writing it when the trials of attempting to be an exceptional student and also just trying to be a regular human being made themselves known very soon on this path. So let's start at the beginning. I ended my freshman year, #1 in my class, and I will never forget what my dear cousin said to me that day as we looked at the report card together. She punched me rather hard in my shoulder and said, and I quote, "Phil, you're gonna be the valedictorian." My family began to celebrate and numerous phone calls were made. Everyone began to believe in this goal for me, everyone but me. To a certain extent, that's okay for people to hope and believe and invest in the potential they see in you, but there's a point where you have to believe for yourself. And eventually I did, but I found myself at a crossroads this year as the journey began to feel like too much to handle. This is when I revisited this speech. I began to ponder what I could say to my peers that would resonate with you guys and that honestly depicts what my journey has been. And a scripture came to my mind, a biblical scripture, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Paraphrased, it says, "Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross." Now, it's not my intent to make this a religious speech. Rather, it's my hope, regardless of your spiritual affiliations and convictions, if any, that you can relate to the concept of this text. It speaks on the incentive or benefit that Christ had in enduring his suffering. He can only complete this trying task in light of the joy of salvation that would come after. Now, I believe that we all have crosses that we bear, or burdens, and often the lack of motivation to bear them is based upon their heavy weight. I'm sure you all have faced things that may have seemed impossible to fathom. So what, I ask, should be our motivation to continue through and endure these crosses that we bear? The answer is the joy that comes after them. This idea is difficult to grasp in the face of adversity, but I can attest that focusing on what is ahead is a stimulus to prevail now. Through the rocky path of being acclimated to high school in freshman year, to the start of navigating through a global pandemic in sophomore and junior year, and through picking up the pieces senior year and determining what life looks like after, I was tried academically and personally. In this, I battled severely with my mental health, navigating who I am and the guilt of neglecting important aspects of my life to remain on this path, as I'm sure you all have. When reflecting on this, I was unsure whether I wanted to continue, and it began to show in all facets of my health. It was then that I began to think about why I was on this path. I saw that day I received my first report card. I saw being a minority filling a space that isn't often occupied, only the second African-American valedictorian in South's history. That joy was that elixir of hope that I saw at a very dark time, and it was simply enough to keep pursuing prominence. This concept of joy outweighing turmoil can be identified in the frame of our history. As I began, the Savior Christ knew the joy of our salvation would outweigh his suffering. Just like Harriet knew the joy of freedom would outweigh the trial of the journey to it. Just like Dr. King knew the difficulty of having such a pertinent and controversial dream was worth the joy of it coming to pass. Just like Miss Rosa Parks knew being arrested could not surpass the joy of being iconically defiant. Let's broaden this a bit. Just like the founding fathers of this country knew the inconvenience of a revolution was worth the joy of independence. Just like the suffragettes knew the trial of enduring sexist ideologies couldn't measure up to a voice in political endeavors. Just like I now know the tribulation I have faced on this journey to being a valedictorian couldn't come close to the joy that I feel now that I know fellow marginalized groups, specifically my African-American peers, can look on the wall and see a face that looks like their own. Just like I know the hardships that you all have faced on your path can't amount to the joy of what you have accomplished in this day. We are now an accumulation of the countless occasions in which the things that come in the future are a motivator to act in the present. Class of 2022 and those with us, endure the difficulties that life will inevitably present with the joy that comes after in mind. Go forth and be great. Let philanthropy be your light, conviction be a compass, and the joy of what is to come be enough to overcome the crosses that may occupy your life. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Nevaeh. Our next valedictorian is Miss Cheyenne Stewart. She is the daughter of Dr. Chilla Stewart and the late Tony Stewart. During her time in high school, Cheyenne participated in a variety of extracurricular activities, including the state champion spell bowl team, science olympiad, link crew, science research, band, and others. She has held local and state-level leadership positions in the world's largest and oldest service organization, Key Club, and is currently an international trustee on the Key Club International Board until she finishes her term in Washington, D.C. this summer. Her volunteer efforts range from activities performed in Key Club, her church, surrounding communities, and even on the global level. Cheyenne has also established a scholarship in her hometown in Hungary for underprivileged high school seniors. Cheyenne will be attending the University of Notre Dame with a full-ride scholarship in the fall. She will major in neuroscience and behavior on the pre-med track and minor in compassionate care and medicine and business management. At Notre Dame, she will be in the Glenn Honors Program, which selects 100 students each year to participate in elevated academics, research, and travel abroad.
Thank you, Ava. Peers, look to your left. Look to your right. This is us. Although we are all dressed similarly in graduation gowns, we are incredibly diverse. From the legal viewpoint, we may differ based on ethnicity, gender, national origin, religious affiliations, or even disability status. Beyond the legal definitions, any perceived difference, both visible and invisible, can make us diverse in a given situation. Let's highlight how truly diverse we are, and please participate. By a show of hands, how many of you have participated in at least one extracurricular activity, regardless of athletics, arts, or academic teams? Indeed, we have numerous award winners, champions, and record breakers among us. One of my favorite memories ties me to the Spell Bowl team when we practiced at Mrs. Grabowski's house and then won the state championship twice in high school. Did anyone here take challenging coursework, dual credit courses, or AP exams? Great job. How many of you have had a job and had to help out at home while also going to school? Hats off to you for juggling all of those responsibilities and sometimes working more than many adults. How many of you have lost a loved one during COVID or throughout your K-12 years? I feel you. I lost my dad to cancer almost 11 years ago, and without any siblings, it's just been my mom and I conquering each challenge together. Who will be the first-generation college student in the fall, or may have completed the college search all alone? Who comes from an immigrant household? I was born in Hungary, so I know some of the fun and tough aspects that come with the dual cultures. Some parents may have divorced, separated, lost jobs, or struggled to support us during tumultuous times. Yet we tried to make the best of the circumstances and still made it to graduation. As you see, many of us faced a variety of obstacles that have diversified our lives in recent years. How many of you had your first kiss, romantic relationship, or even breakup in high school? Did anyone get TikTok famous? Who has traveled to new states and countries? I'm sure that several of you have expanded your network too. We've made friends in classes, during passing periods, at games, on the sidelines, at house parties, work, perhaps at church, and all kinds of places. Thanks to my Indiana District Governor and international trustee roles within Key Club, my network spans all 50 states and even reaches international countries such as Canada, Nepal, and Tunisia. My last question: how many of you are thankful for a person who cared about you, gave you advice, or simply listened to you? Take a moment, find that person in the crowd, make eye contact, and smile to let them know how much you appreciate them. All faculty and staff, your efforts and sacrifices over the last 10 years are incredibly appreciated. To my Hungarian grandparents here with me today, Mami, Papi, úgy örülök, hogy itt vagytok velem. Nagyon szeretlek benneteket. John, thanks for all the math, science, and sports talks over the years. You're the reason I actually understand Taylor polynomials and baseball stats, and the reason I have an obscure sense of humor. Last but not least, and probably the most important thank you I will give today, is for my most favorite person in the world, my mom. I'm incredibly lucky to have a single mother who only works for the best of me, who will sacrifice her own work for mine, who will stay up late to try to know that I'm prepared for the next day, who will take care of the chores around the house when school and work took away too much of my time, and who would literally do anything for me to be happy. I mean, other than buy me a pet cat or dog. I would not be standing here today without the hugs, cuddles, advice, support, time, and energy she invested in me over the recent years. Mom, I try to say it every day, but I feel like I can never say it enough. Thank you, and I love you, always and forever. This is us. From talents to flaws, all distinctive and diverse features together makes us one-of-a-kind human beings. Continue your successful adventures, and next time we meet, I can't wait to hear where your unique paths take you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Our next valedictorian is Elise Whitman. Elise Whitman is the daughter of Jason and Lori Whitman. She has participated in NHS, Link Crew, Braves Buddies, and other extracurriculars. She enjoys pretending how to play the guitar and making clothing items that never really fit. Her favorite accomplishment was putting on a fashion show fundraiser to raise money for 14th and Chestnut. She plans on attending Grand Canyon University in the fall to study biomedical engineering while on a pre-med track.
Hello, everybody. For once in my life, I feel like I don't really have much to say. While this is probably relieving to many because the speech will be short and sweet, the me that wrote this 2 days before it was due was really freaking out. You see, the truth of the matter is that every time I sat down to start, the only thing that could fill my brain was the flashing blinker on an empty white page. I felt defeated. Everything I wanted to say or could say has most likely already been said. So there I was, staring at my blank computer screen, counting how many times the cursor blinks in a minute. Big surprise, it's 60, which is kind of annoying. I wanted an annoying number like 57 or 22 would have been fitting. But anyways, I was staring at this vast, ominous blank page, a blank slate. Can you feel where this is going? You all have a blank slate right now, one that is staring you in the face, exciting some of you who love to metaphorically write, and others of you who feel incredibly intimidated like myself. What if you make the wrong choice? With endless possibilities and directions your life could take, how can you be sure that your decisions will be just perfect? And then there are others of you that feel like your computer crashed, that every bit of progress you have made over the past 4 years has been mistakenly deleted as you frantically try to return to the speech you already wrote. But here's the thing, those words that were once telling your story, that feel as if you're leaving them behind, are still a part of your story. They have jumped off the page, no longer be merely a part of the paper, but inside, an intrinsic part of your character. These experiences and life lessons have been woven into the very fiber of your being. And so now you have a new opportunity to face the blank page head on and write your own speech. I hope each one of you fills it with all of your wildest dreams and biggest ambitions. I hope they are packed full of world-changing moments and joyous times, and I deeply look forward to hearing what you had to write at our class reunion someday. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Our next valedictorian, Kirsten Mackenzie Yamamoto, is the daughter of Chris and Millie Yamamoto. She has been on the Exceptional Honor Roll for all 4 years of high school and has also been named one of the IASP's Rising Stars of Indiana. Some of her proudest accomplishments at Terre, Haute South are placing second at the state DECA competition and holding positions as Key Club Secretary, English Super Bowl captain, and co-captain of the 2021 championship-winning Spell Bowl team. In the fall, Kirsten plans to attend Indiana University Bloomington as a Provost Scholar and a Hutton Honors College member. She intends to receive a minor degree in Spanish and a major in marketing as a direct admit at the Kelley School of Business.
Thank you, Theron. And thank you to all friends, family, and faculty for being here today to honor the class of 2022. Fellow graduates, for some of you, this may be the umpteenth time you've heard my voice. whether it's because we're friends, classmates, or because in the dark ages of 2019, you heard me belting out Shawn Mendes songs at the top of my lungs. But for some of you, this may be the first time you've heard me speak. You may not have even known my name, and I still may not know yours. So when I was writing this, I thought to myself, what right do I have to speak to my graduating class when I don't even know all of their names? Well, of course, there is so much more to us than just that, like our THS get it done attitude, even if that means getting it done the night before. But I don't want to sugarcoat it, because by now, I think that's something we're all a little tired of. So instead, I would like to dedicate my time to those who may have once felt like no one knew their name, to talk about all of the things that were going on behind the white picket fence of all of our accomplishments, the things that no one else knew we were struggling with. I acknowledge that graduation is the perfect opportunity to celebrate all of our accomplishments, whether those be in academics, athletics, or extracurriculars. But isn't it also the day that we should finally look around us and see those who we didn't see before? I think that today is that kind of day. I think that today we should be represented not by our GPA, our finishing place, or final score, but by our compassion and our will. I think that today I want to recognize that some of us might have had a really hard yesterday, which was preceded by a really hard week, or maybe even a really hard life. And when we do that, maybe tomorrow we'll open a window and we'll see a neighbor we never knew we had before. Maybe we'll walk over and say, "Hi, how are you? What's your name?" Because I think all of us, myself included, could have stood to do that a little more in high school. So yes, while today is a day to celebrate our achievements and to take a sigh of relief, I also don't want us to leave our vulnerabilities and our kindness behind as we move out from our childhood home. And if you ever get lost along the way, remember the words of our teachers, how Mr. Warner taught so many of us on day one that everything is connected, how Mrs. Kraft and Mrs. Kyle and so many others will always be there to assure you that everything is fine. And if you ever need some inspiration, Mrs. Grabowski's Thought of the Day has you covered, and Mr. Engel will make sure you have all of the tools needed for success. If you ever need to connect to somebody else, even if they don't speak the same language as you, Senora Reynolds will be there to help you. And finally, don't forget Mrs. Miller's mid-lesson tangent about always being kind, because you never know what someone else is going through. On behalf of the class of 2022, I want to extend the deepest, most sincere thank you to all of our teachers. An even deeper thank you goes out to my parents who didn't know I was writing this. Mom and Dad, you always tell me how proud you are of me, but I want you to know how proud I am to be your daughter. Through your love, you've shown me true kindness, and through your support, you've given me the opportunity to stand here today and talk about its importance, and for that, I am eternally grateful. So finally, to end today's speeches, I want you all to know that even if I don't know who you are, and regardless of what happens, I love you, and the THS class of 2022 is going to be just fine. Thank you.
Superintendent Dr. Hayworth, Board President Stacy Killian, and members of the School Board of Trustees, we have examined the academic records of the outstanding students before us and have found that they have completed or will complete all the requirements necessary to receive a diploma or certificate of completion from Terre Haute South Vigo High School. Dr. Hayworth, I present to you the Terre Haute South class of 2022.
Students of the class of 2022, in testimony whereof, the Board of Trustees for the Vigo County School District, on the recommendation of your principal and your faculty, having successfully completed the prescribed necessary requirements as established by the state of Indiana and the Board of School Trustees, I hereby, on this, the 5th day of June, 2022, grant upon you your high school diploma with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates of the class of 2022.
That guy's pretty good. This is a very important day in the lives of the graduates of Terre, Haute, South Vigo High School. We ask that you refrain from making loud noises and hold your applauses until the end, while we read the names of the graduates, so that all family members will be able to hear when their graduate's name is called. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Herron. I'm the assistant principal of Terre South High School. It is wonderful to see so many here this afternoon to honor our 2022 graduating class. Assisting with the distribution of diplomas will be board member Mrs. Stacy Killian. The first recognition for this afternoon will be for one of our fellow Braves we have lost. Accepting for his son Jaleel Goodridge, Lester Goodridge. And now for our stage participants. Carissa Catherine Chow. Grace Elizabeth Foltz. Matthew William Gamble. Anya Guerra. Eric James Hayworth. Otto Shahzad Pervaz. Ava Lee Rose. Rylan Lucas Schneider. Nevaeh Mackenzie Schaus. Jonathan Patrick Stadler. Cheyenne Misty Stewart. Theron Christopher Strong. Elise Janelle Whitman. Kirsten Mackenzie Yamamoto.
They all go off too. Come on, guys. Where'd they go? Where's stage kids? Where's the kids at?
We are waiting for our valedictorians, salutatorians, and readers to get back on stage.
Go ahead and grab your stuff, Matt.
Now, reading the names of graduates will be read by Matt Gamble.
Sam Peter Abdeam. Luke David Aguilar. Catherine Nicole Akers. Tate Andrew Alcorn. Tanae Latima Allah. Dontarius Atriel Alvarez. Mira Alzarani. Sabrina K. Anderson. Nima Asadi. Adham Magdi Atwa. Aiden Michael Otterson. Nicholas Vincent Bosch. Andrew Ryan Baker. Princeton Cordia Baker. Jonathan Kyler York. Paige Lee Baldwin. Madison Lee Beaumonk. Rayshawn Christopher Benford. Piper Nicole Bitzel. Caleb Jeremy Bohannon. Brianna Nicole Boyce. Caden Allen Boyd. Mallory K. Boyd. John Christian Bradbury. Serena Marnell Brannon. Isaac Christopher Brinston. Mallory Elise Buckoy. Evan Martin Burbrink. Elena Bussolino. Andrew Kyle Bird. Aaron Benjamin Campbell. Charles Alexander Carden. Kennedy Lynn Carruthers.
Okay, nice. Oh, it's changing the tassel.
Good job, Alex. Avante Teron Carson. Trey Horatius Carter. Parker Miles Cass. Eli Silas Chapman. Lillian Renee Chastain. Devin Parker Childress. Paige Kendall Childress. Seth Arthur Christner. Tyler Wayne Christie. Rachel Grace Clark. Sierra Jean Clay. Christian Robert Klingerman. Peyton Andrew Cockrell. Brooklyn Faith Conley. Jordan Alexander Conley. Madison Elaine Cook. Jeremiah Paul Corbin. Isaac Donovan Corby. Mason Brent Cranford. Tamina Lachey Danielle Crow. Eli Christopher Cunning. Andrew Christopher Curry. Angelina Rochelle DeRule. Austin Scott Robert Dalton. Joshua Drayson Davis. Cody Graydon Davis. Madeline Grace Davis. Chloe Ann Denny. Jace Roderick Dix. Annika Sharma Dagra. Nicholas Ryan Dahl. Sean Ryan Donlin. Maddox William Dowell. Hannah Sue Driscoll. Ainsley Grace Duchesne. Olivia Nicole Ebler. Haley Joe Egan. Carmen Elizabeth Ellis. Carter James Ellis. Aurora Lynn Estes. Sarah Jean Etling. Nicholas Allen Evans. Now presenting will be Jonathan Stadler.
Now assisting with diplomas as well is Mrs. Amy Lohr. Nicholas Allen Evans. Oops. Zachary Robert Ferry. Jenna Marie Finger. Landry Michelle Flack. Riley Elizabeth Flesher. Addison Michaela Foley. Charles Vashon Fournay Jr. Walker Jackson Forsyth. Andrew Robert Francis. Mackenzie Brooks Nicole French. Ashlyn Morgan Folk. Owen Matthew Funkhauser. Brianna Leona Gaines. Brandon Lee Gaines Paris. Chase Cavanis Gaither. Nicholas Byron Garza. Kylie Renee Gilliland. Emma Elaine Janopoulos Fell. Mason Elizabeth Gladden. Keon Edwin Glaspie. Ashton Lee Goff. Leanne Goodwin. Araya Lanai Irie Graham. Kaylin Danielle Green. Eve Marie Green. McKinley Amaya Grimm. Michael Edward Haas. Lorelai Josephine Harper. Ashton Tyler Hain. Ellison Rose Held. Davis J. Helm. Tucker Matthew Helton. Gavin James Henning. Trey David Heron. Michael Joseph Herman. Brianna Marie Hicks. Marie Isabella Hillier. Nathan Wade Hinsey. Hopeland Michelle Hostetler. Alora Eve Hodgins. Emma Jane Hopper. Addison Marie Howard. Noah Thomas Howard. Micah Danelle Huckabee. Hayden Maxwell Hughes. Isaac Dale Holtz. Nolan Benson Holtz. Brandon Lee Hunt. Lance Allen Hillstead. Grace Ann Inhofer. Chloe Reese Isaacs. Jacob Frederick Jackson. Dylan Christian Jarrett. Howran Jing. Trent Michael Johnson. Courtney Elizabeth Jones. Lovey Lee Jones. Mackenzie Elizabeth Jones. Sarah Marie Jones. Abby Rose Joy. Dilip Singh Kang. Gershan Singh Kang. Hadia Shireen Kingway. Lucas Aaron Keidel. Drew Michael Kelm. Peyton Isabel Kennedy. Grace Abigail Kidwell. Kelsey Lynn King. Jasmine Nicole Kinzer. Audrey Elizabeth Kirchner. Emma Kathleen Coker. Grace Elizabeth Kravitz. Anton Sonderskob Christensen. Hannah Marie Krockenbarger. Now presenting diplomas is Miss Ava Rose.
And now helping present diplomas is Mr. Joseph Irwin III. Serenity Faith Lawson. Colin J. Young Lee. Hannah K. Lockhart. Timothy Lee Logston. Nathaniel Ian Lomack. Tatiana Marie Lopez. Abigail Renee Loudermilk. Dylan Michael Lowe. Casey Michelle Lloyd. William Aaron Luttrell. Lauren Elizabeth Lynch. Parker Evan Mahurin. Blake Andrew Mantor. Malachi Lee Marks. Eli Jason Nathan Marley. Emily Grace Martin. Sally Masada. Grace Eliana Matthew. Hugh Harrison May. Timothy Blaze McCord. Ren Noel McCormick. Jackson Matthew McFarland. Dylan James Meyer. Terry Edward Allen Merritt. Andres Miguel Miller. Gregory Richard Miller. Kai Becca Miller. Jaden Rebecca Milner. Markel Davion Minor. Trinity Faye Miranda. Victoria J. Miranda. Brenton Foster Monday. Seth Robert Monday. Laurel Elizabeth Monzer. Lorenzo Mateo Montgomery. Rachel Ann Moody. Makai Dion Moore. Diego Ramirez Morris. India Renee Morrison. Cole Mason Mullins. Kyle Stephen Mundell. Dallas Matthew Myers. Christian Angel Xavier Miles. Addison Grace Netherly. Damien Joseph Neville. Christina Sophia Danielle Newton. Shine Edward Noble. Austin Michael Norman. Kylan O'Brien Norman. Colton Isaiah Norris. Owen Michael Norris. William Gavin Oxley. Grace Lauren Palmer. Saljin Park. J. Alpesh Patel. Palak Bharat Patel. Rishi Tashar Patel. Annalise Ashmore Patterson. Aaron Michaels Peter. Brianna Nicole Parton. Emily Isabel Peterson. Jasmine Renee Peters. Carson Paul Piper. Caden Thomas Plassick. Caitlin Joanne Plock Johnson. Gillian James Plunkett. Aiden Jennings Pomfret. Avery Marie Pommier. Evan Ray Pound. Faith Renee Rader. Phoebe Grace Randolph. Jonathan James Rich. And now helping present diplomas is Miss Joni Wise. James Leonard Riddle. Cody Allen Ring. Caitlin Ann Elaine Roberts. Isabel Sue Ann Rogers. And now presenting diplomas is Theron Strong.
Nolan Daniel Roshto. Exazion Marche Rowe. Alana Baxter Royal. Dalton Porter Royal. Adrian Deanne Rubin. Jablin Marie Runyon.
Hardeep Singh Sadra. Colin Scott Sagarsey. Haley Rose Sackbun. Paisley Ann Sanquinetti. Lola Lee Sappingfield. Gracie Jane Sarson. Maxwell Trevor Scamahorn. Blaze Landon Schultz. Faith Madeline Scott. Jayliana Elise Shelby. Amari Nicole Shelton. Emma Lena B. Schober. Michaela Marie Schonk. Patrick Scott Sizemore. Brianne Faith Slater. Christian DeAndre Smith. David Jordan Smith. Marie Nicole Smith. Now assisting with diplomas is Miss Rosemary Scott. Hannah Nicole Smithson. Donald Herbert Smock. Joseph Allen Smock. Danielle Jean Snow. Levi Roy Spears. Alora Fayetta Stanley. Reuben Jacob Sterling. John Ogden Dalrymple Stoffren. Penny Lou Story. Jacob Allen Strange. Andrew Joseph Swaby. Ashlyn Taylor Swan. Kaya Marie Tanner. Braden James Teepee. Faith Laura Lorene Thomas. Jashawn Dion Thomas. Parker Matthew Thomas. Ava Eileen Thompson. Eileen Mai Tiu. Megan Lynn Tiu. Destiny Sue-Ann Tomlinson. Brian Q. Tran. Aiden Thomas Truby. Neo Palo Orponco. Aya Lynn Bond. Tyler Ray Waters. Oscar Yair Vega. Christian Tyler Verst. Harley Marie Walters. Josiah Samuel Wilkin. Kiani Kenyatta Warren. Lavon Jaheim Anthony Warrington. Jaheim, I'm sorry. Clara Marie Westcott. James Wolfgang Whalen. John Brant Wheaton. Zoe Leanne Whitford. Alexander Wilkinson. Noah D. Williams. Sydney Shea Williams. Brooklyn D. Willis. Amalia LeBron Wilson. Amelion Zalik Wilson. Sonia Ruth Woolston. Lucas Andrew Wablewski. Keon Scott Young. Kiana Amani Young. Jonathan York.
Good evening, class of 2022. I am your senior class president, Ava Rose. The last time I stood in front of you like this was on the first day of school during our opening session. It is safe to say that the ladies and gentlemen standing in front of me now look very different than those back in August. This isn't just because I can finally see more than the upper half of your faces, but because when I look out into this class, I can see maturity, unity, and pride, as the legacy we have left will be impactful for the years to come. So, as I'm sure a lot of you know, I have a younger brother named Alex. Now, that's him. Now, Alex and I are only 14 months apart, so we spent our childhood years growing up and trying a lot of new things together. And one of the things that all little children learn, and some big children, unfortunately, is how to ride a bike. So our parents would take Alex and I out in the neighborhood and teach us how to ride. Although sometimes Alex and I would go out without the watchful eyes of our parents. And these days were especially challenging for me. When I would start to get in the groove and find my balance and start pedaling, I would get a hard shove from behind. Alex, he decided that he would push me over when I was starting to learn how to ride my bike. My own sweet little brother, and this continued on for pretty much the next few weeks. I would hop on the bike, begin pedaling, and then would be pushed off. Needless to say, I became terrified to ride my bike. I associated with riding and being pushed off by my brother. It wasn't until I was confident in Alex's level of expertise in bike riding that I started to ride my bike again. Believe it or not, I did not tell you guys the story to let you in on a traumatic childhood event, but to teach you a lesson of life. Oftentimes, new beginnings will come with both fear and competition to face. Sometimes there's going to be someone coming up behind you to push you down when you are just starting to get pedaling. What you need to remember is who you are, and that you are stronger than those who will try and bring you down. You guys have put in time, money, and countless hours of hard work to be able to make it this far. We are all going to have a separate path we take as we move on to the next stage of life. As we take these next steps, I hope you recall the people around you today that have shaped you into the person you are. You can gain back many things in life, but time is inevitable. Time is valuable. And I hope with the time you have spent as a Brave will serve as a building block for your next chapter. Now, my fellow graduates, please join me in turning your tassels from the right to the left. We have officially graduated. At this time, we would like to direct your attention to the screens above as we will be playing a slideshow of various pictures of Terre Haute South students throughout their years at South. Thank you.
Jobs are choking, not about to be away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to fall, I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too. Still in bed at 10 and working again at 8. Heard your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these. She didn't tell you when the road was rough, tell your knees. And I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to fall, I'll be there for you. Like I've been ready before, I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too. Who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Who's never left home, who's never struck out to find a dream and a life of their own. A place in the clouds, a foundation of stone. Many precede and many will follow. A young world's dreams no longer hollow. It takes the shape of a place out west. But what it holds for her, she hasn't yet guessed. She needs wide open spaces, room to make a big mistake. She needs new faces. She knows the highest stakes. She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming back with the rest. If these are life lessons, she'll take this test. She needs wide open spaces, room to make big mistakes. She needs As her folks drive away, her dad yells, check the oil. Mom stares out the window and says, I'm leaving my girl. She said it didn't seem like that long ago, when she stood there and let her arm go. She needed wide open spaces, blue American mustache. She needs new faces. She knows the highest stakes. 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 She knows the highest If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail below to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me, like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you, like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do all day. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me, like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you, like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do all day. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. I never let go, never say goodbye. Can count on me, like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you, like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do all day. You can count on me, 'cause I can count on you.
Something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I will leave no regrets. It's something to remember, so they won't forget I was
Before we part ways, I want to share a final quote with you. Resilience is necessary for our physical survival, for our mental and physical well-being, for our ability to realize our potential, and for the successful achievement of our life goals. I wish you all the very best that this world has to offer. Take care of yourselves and one another. This concludes our graduation ceremony. Please have a beautiful, celebratory evening and travel safely.
Dreams so big